Be honest. How do I look?
I'm not going to lie to you. There is a remote possibility that the more eagle-eyed observer will have discerned a minor discrepancy in the hue of your attire.
Do you think it'll affect my chances of winning the contest?
Some people might argue that your bold reinterpretation of a national treasure is a delightfully provocative and consciously incongruous attempt to redefine and modernise tradition. But personally, I'd say you look like some twat who accidentally put his costume through the hot wash.
Mel, I don't think I can go through with this. Now that my costume is ruined, I've lost all my self-confidence. I don't believe I can win anymore.
That's dopey.
Really? You don't think the dye running and turning my patriotic costume purple has ruined my chances of winning?
Of course not. You never had any.
That's it. I'm going back to bed.
Oh, don't be soft. We travelled all the way across town on the bus to get that costume. You can't give up without at least getting to the theatre and showing them your act. I didn't sit next to that homeless woman that smelled of vodka for you to just walk out without doing your bit.
Okay, I'll do it, but only because you believe in me.
Did I ever mention that I have total faith in your ability to mop the kitchen floor occasionally?
I can't believe my costume got ruined. How did I ever let this happen?
As I recall, you were wearing it while eating pizza last night, and then you had to put it in the washing machine to try to get rid of the Napolitana sauce.
Oh yeah, it's all coming back to me now.
I'm not surprised. You had 11 slices. Just remember to flush when you're done.
Mel, what are we doing here?
What do you mean, what are we doing here? We live here. Have you been sniffing the mushrooms in the shower again?
No, I know that. I just mean, why aren't we at the theater? The auditions end in a couple of hours.
If we go halfway across Manhattan without an address and a map, we'll get lost.
I won't get lost in the theater district. An experienced actor like me knows every crack in those sidewalks.
Which sidewalks?
Those dirty ones on Broadway. Well, maybe off-Broadway.
That's the first time I've heard the term off-Broadway used to describe Staten Island.
Cheesy crackers?
Yeah.
You should change your underwear more often. I need help.
You've noticed as well, have you? Something particular you had in mind?
Thanks, Mel. That's all the help I need.
If you say so.
Talk to you later.
Cheery bye.
It's a hat I received as a birthday present one year. I never wear it because it makes me look ridiculous.
Yeah, we can't have that. There's a slightly stained napkin sitting on the arm of the sofa.
It's the napkin I used to wipe my hands when I was eating pizza last night.
Oh, thank God. I thought you'd stayed up late watching Desperate Housewives again.
We had a pizza delivered last night. This is the box it came in.
We haven't thrown it out because we're convinced that the box is stuffed with cheese but haven't found it yet.
There's not a single slice left, I'm afraid.
You pig! I only had 3 slices.
What can I say? We should never have ordered the pizza that had chicken nuggets and burgers instead of a crust.
Personally, I'm convinced that someone at Paulie's Pizza Palace saw Logan's Run one too many times and is trying to ensure that no one lives past the age of 30.
There's not a single slice left, I'm afraid.
You pig! I only had 3 slices.
What would I want with a dirty napkin?
You might want to make the living room look less of a dump.
I couldn't do that. If we leave it until it becomes a total crap hole, we might qualify to appear on Home Makeover Max, the extreme makeover show.
Mate, those shows start by demolishing the property. How are they going to demolish an apartment halfway up a tenement building without bringing down the entire building, if not half the block?
That's an implementation issue. I'll leave that up to the producers. It says here that Dennis Leary has a new stand-up show coming to town. Are you gonna go see it?
No, I saw him in 1987.
Didn't you like him?
He was okay, but I think I'll wait until he's got some new material.
Could be in for a long wait, dude.
I know, Bill Hicks is dead.
I don't really have a great interest in current affairs.
I dread to think what will happen when he finds out that Mr. Hooper died.
Mel and I are both firmly behind the Occupy protests.
The vast majority of Americans are honest, hard-working men and women who are disproportionately taxed and are forced to stand by while the rich elite siphon off all the profits and expect the rest to pay the price when they screw up the entire system.
We're behind them 100%. Of course, we don't actually work or pay taxes.
Well, no sense being fanatical about it.
It's Mel's PC. He uses it for all kinds of clever stuff. But I just play games and use Facebook.
Your professors always said you should pay more attention in class.
Professors always say things like that.
Yeah, but in your case they were right. Remember how you never used to read the college notice board and you were still in the old sports hall when they bulldozed it?
I could see if I have any replies from that dating website I signed up to, I suppose.
Ain't technology amazing?
Sure is. If I went speed dating, it would take me an entire evening to get the number of rejections I get on here in half an hour.
Plus, if you went speed dating, you'd have to get dressed.
Mel does all the technical stuff. Wouldn't be of much use to me.
I am often tempted to leave my laptop at home and lug a full tower and 27-inch flat screen around with me all day, but it's one of those little conveniences I never quite get around to.
It's the phone.
It says 555-0200. That's right, some poor sap is getting a call from an obsessive-compulsive gamer tonight.
We generally keep the blinds closed day and night. During the day, it stops the sunlight reflecting off the TV.
And during the night, it stops the locals from suspecting you might have witnessed something.
Let's let some sunshine in, shall we?
Oh yeah, much better.
We generally keep the blinds closed day and night. During the day, it stops the sunlight reflect.
And what's wrong with whales, mate?
Nothing, I guess. I'm just more of a dolphin person. But whales get all the movies.
What's so great about dolphins?
Haven't you ever swum with dolphins? It's amazing. You get in the water with a dolphin. You stroke it, you kiss it, you climb on its back, and it pretends to enjoy it.
Sounds like my parents' marriage.
I like it where it is.
I, on the other hand, don't like it where it is, but I can't think of anywhere I'd like it better either.
I loved this guy. His passing was such a loss.
I didn't know you were one of those NRA gun nuts.
I'm not. I just loved his acting. He was amazing as Moses. I love that bit when he comes down from Mount Sinai with the tablets and says, "For my cold, dead hands."
The only film of his I ever really got into was the one where he plays the last human left on Earth, which is exactly how I feel when I pass through Newark.
There's a drawer in the bedside cabinet.
I never had you pegged as the patriotic type, mate.
I'm not. You'd be amazed how much more Republican skirt you get with this, though. I definitely don't want to carry Old Glory around with me.
I used to go out with a girl who called her Vajayjay Old Glory. I like to think that she meant she expected people to treat it with reverence and never take it for granted.
There's a drawer in the bedside cabinet. I organize my clothes very carefully.
I didn't know that. By colour or by style?
By body part.
Crikey. All this time when you were talking about the bottom drawer, I thought you meant...
Nope. Getting changed would defeat the purpose of hiring a superhero costume to enter the auditions.
That's assuming that dyeing the whole thing purple hasn't already defeated that particular purpose.
It's the closet that came with the apartment. I think the previous tenant left it because of the inconvenience of trying to get it out of here.
It is pretty huge. Not everyone has a closet they can climb inside.
I know. Once I was in bed with a girl, and she thought she heard her boyfriend coming, so I jumped out of bed and hid in it.
Mate, this is your apartment.
Yeah, we both felt pretty stupid when we realized that she couldn't possibly have heard her boyfriend. You hadn't taken your key with you, so you'd have had to ring the bell to get in.
Jenny?
I don't want to get inside right now.
You're thinking about that day the lock got stuck, aren't you?
I have nightmares about that day. Should I take the closet with me? It might come in handy.
Nah, every adventure game these days has a closet you carry around to store things in. It's become too much of a cliche.
It's my best friend Melvin. He's British, but he's pretty cool. He's definitely not the typical Brit.
Well, you're not the typical Yank either.
How come?
You haven't shot me yet.
It's my best friend Melvin. He's British, but he's pretty cool. He's definitely not the typical Brit.
Well, you're not the typical Yank either.
How come?
You haven't shot me yet.
The apartment door has a peephole and a security chain. We live in a rough part of town, so having these really helps me sleep at night.
And it helps me pretend to be out when the landlord comes to collect the rent.
I'm not sure how it comes off its hinges.
The thing about taking a door with you is that it ceases to be a door when it's in your pocket.
Let's head off to the audition, shall we?
Have you got a map of the route to the theatre?
It's right here in my hand, isn't it?
No?
Oh. Then I've lost it.
Well, you'll have to find it or get a new one, won't you?
We're looking for an umbrella, a crown, a pair of gloves, a horseshoe, 5 birds, an artificial leg, the kickstand from a 1967 Harley Sportster.
Hold up.
What's wrong, Mel?
We were just getting into the story when you stopped dead and started playing I Spy. What's going on?
Isn't that how it works? Set the scene, little bit of dialogue, then stop dead and play an arbitrary hunt the object game?
That makes no sense at all. There's no motivation, no reason behind the game at all.
Sure there is. People would notice how painfully thin the plot was if we didn't distract them with random minigames. Quick, let's take 2 photos of the bathroom and try to spot the differences.
No, no, no. No hidden objects, no difference spotting, no sliding tiles, and absolutely no reassembling torn pieces of paper.
I wish you'd said something sooner. So what'll we do instead? I mean, the game will be finished in 20 minutes if we take out all the random pointless puzzles.
We'll just have to include more plot, more contextual puzzles, more jokes, and more character interaction.
Well, we've wasted nearly 2 minutes complaining about hidden object games.
And the system works.
I could see if I have any replies from that dating web. It's the I don't There's a drawer in the bedside cabinet. Getting
That
I don't want to get inside right.
You're thinking about that day the lock got stuck, aren't you?
I have nightmares of. Mel, do you have a minute?
What's up, mate? Are you after a dickie in my show, like?
God, no! I just wanted to talk to you.
Oh, well, that's different. Talk away.
I need help. I can't find where I wrote down the address of the audition.
Well, when did you get the call?
Last night, while we were demolishing that pizza.
In that case, I'd look for the pizza box or the napkins. You were all over that pizza like hair on an anchovy.
Thanks, Mel. That's all the help I need.
If you say...
Talk to you later. Hey, there's something written on this pizza napkin.
It's probably another suicide note from the pizza delivery boy. That kid really needs to get laid.
No, it's the address of the theater where auditions are being held. I must have written it down while we were eating dinner.
So where exactly is it?
I have no idea.
Great, the A train runs right past I have no idea. Now that you've got the address, maybe you could get a map which shows us how to get there.
This napkin contains the address of the theater where the America's Got Superpowers auditions are being held.
It also contains most of the pizza sauce that didn't end up on your costume.
I don't really have a great interest in current affairs.
I dread to think what will happen when he finds out that...
There's not a single slice left, I'm afraid.
You pig! I only had...
What? Mel does... I could see if I have any replies from that dating web... Mel, do you have a minute? I need help. Have we got a street map anywhere?
I doubt it. We never go anywhere other than the bodega, the laundromat or work.
How can I get directions to the auditions then?
Do what I do when I have a research paper due.
Buy one from that smart Chinese kid?
Or just look it up on the net.
Thanks, Mel. That's all the help I need.
If you say so.
Talk to you later. I can use the address on this napkin to create a map which shows us how to get to the auditions.
Do you need a hand? I know you're not the most technical person.
No, I think I'm okay. Hey, does Google know where I'm going? Or do I have to enter a destination?
How could Google possibly know where you're going unless you tell it?
Well, they have those maps that know where you are.
What?
Those big maps at the mall that say you are here. And I always am.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that map. Otherwise, we'll end up in Mount Pleasant instead of Broadway.
It's a map that Mel printed out. It gives step-by-step directions on how to get to the theater.
I love how Google Maps lets you customise your route. You can even set it to find the route that takes you past the least number of crack houses.
Shall I take this?
Yes, and try not to blow your nose in it or smother it in pizza sauce before we leave the apartment.
Huh? Here's the map showing us how to get to the auditions.
What's this mark here?
I think it's the symbol for a hot dog vendor.
No, it's ketchup. You haven't left my site and you haven't eaten anything. I just don't know how you do it.
Have you seen my invitation?
You had to be invited?
Oh yeah. These are prestigious, exclusive auditions. Only the very best are invited.
Wow, I guess your acting skills have impressed people more than I realised.
Not really. I only got one because the stage manager ran me over in the parking lot last week, and I took an invitation in exchange for a legal waiver.
How are the back spasms?
Easing off. It's a map that Mel printed out.
We haven't got an invitation, remember?
Yeah, I thought we could just wander the neighborhood a bit. See where we end up.
Mr. Fagazian used to wander the neighbourhood when he was on his medication. Remember where he ended up?
Remember, I was one of his pallbearers. It's such a shame that his epilepsy medic alert bracelet was in gang colors.
Precisely.
I don't want to get in. Should I take the closet with me? There's a golden ticket in here. It must be the invitation to the AGS auditions.
Either that or we're spending the afternoon at a chocolate factory.
Ah, now the auditions are gonna seem like second best. Mel, I found the invitation!
Well done, mate. Do we have everything now?